Honorable and wise judge, respectable the council presenter, and my beloved audience, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hamdan wa syukran lillah, salatan wa salaman ala rasulillah, amma ba'du. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, glory and praise be upon Him, the only one God, none equal to Him, who has saved the believer from destruction into safety, and has brought us from the darkness into lightness, and from stupidity into cleverness, and from the other world. Alladhi qad hamala an-nasa min adh-dhulumatil jahli ila nuril ilmi. Interact please. My name is Sindi novitasari. I come from Bhakti Kencana University. I'm standing here. I want to speak in front of you all by the title, The Importance of Preserving Culture. Happy audience, before going to my speech, I beg you to open up your eyes, open up your ear, but don't open up your mouths. Listen please carefully. Culture is a characteristic or distinct identity of a country. Without culture, a country will feel foreign because there is nothing that can be developed or sold to other countries. Indonesian culture does have unique values and can create its own interest from foreign citizens in all parts of the world. However, unfortunately, this diverse culture is not much loved by its own citizens. Evidently, with our citizens more interest in foreign culture, they should be the heritage and pride of the nation children, is even less desirable in its own country. Indonesian prioritize foreign culture rather than preserving their own culture. So, it's no wonder that many of our culture are easily claimed by other countries. Malaysia, as an example, several culture have now claimed to be the culture that was born in the neighbor country. We should be able to correct ourselves. How big is our love for culture? Is our maximum effort to mention and preserve our culture? Perhaps only we can answer that without hesitation. It is undeniable that in this era of globalization and the arrival of modern foreign culture, the successor of this nation prefer modern culture. This, of course, makes various parties become worried about the disappearance of regional culture. Ladies and gentlemen, here I will tell you a little about my culture, namely Sundanese culture. Sundanese culture is a culture that grows and lives in Sundanese society. Sundanese culture is known as a culture that highly respects minors. In general, the character of Sundanese people is careful, friendly, smiling, gentle, and very respectful of the parent. That is a mirror of Sundanese culture. The culture that exists in West Java are not small, bringing from dance culture, musical instrument, and other Sundanese art. For example, there are Jaifong dance, peacock dance, march dance, angklung, fluid, wayang golek, and many other cultures that I cannot mention one by one. It is our obligation as the nation's successor to mention and preserve regional culture, which is the main symbol of national culture. Time goes fluidly the culture inherited from our ancestors. It's a very expensive culture, as by the time we'll buy gold at a resale price. But unfortunately, very few people realize how important cultural values are to be preserved in the minds of Indonesian people lives. In fact, if it is not mentioned, not cared for, and not preserved, our culture will be easily taken by other irresponsible countries. Therefore, do not fall disappointed if one day many of our culture fall into the hands of other countries. In this case, there must be an effort to mention and preserve our culture. The effort that we can do include the following. First, we must be proud of our own culture. For example, by using domestic forum and recognizing to the wider community that there are many kinds of Indonesian culture. The second, the government must implement policies that lead to the preservation of regional culture. The third, learn to get to know the culture in the country. For example, by learning regional musical instrument, folk song, or regional dance. The last, all Indonesian people must be aware of the importance of cultural values for this country. Our friend, and my last message, we as the younger generation are very bijak if we realize that culture is an irresponsible treasure. Culture cannot to be created easily, especially with a short time. Indeed, there have been many efforts to preserve Indonesian culture, but this effort cannot be said to be maximum. Thus, let us mention and preserve our culture together. Maybe that's all from me. I'm sorry if there was a mistake. Thanks for your good attention. And my last say, see you later. Bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.